You're in a room full of people who are perfectly happy talking about nothing, and you're sitting there, nodding, smiling at the right moments, performing the social contract with quiet precision. But inside, something is grinding, a low, persistent hum of, is this really all there is? You've felt it your whole life, this strange, uncomfortable gap between you and the room. Not arrogance, you're not better than anyone. It's the feeling of being perpetually out of frequency. Like everyone else is tuned to a radio station that plays fine, and you're picking up 17 stations simultaneously. You overthink everything, not as a choice, but as a reflex. A conversation ends, and you're already running the forensic analysis. A decision gets made, and you see 12 possible outcomes before anyone else has considered one. You lie awake because your brain refuses to stop processing. And the cruelest part? People tell you how lucky you are. You're so smart, they say, like intelligence is a golden ticket, like it comes with a manual. Nobody tells you about the cost. Nobody talks about what it actually feels like to carry a brain that never, ever fully rests. Here's the story the world tells about intelligent people. They have it easy. They should be successful. They should be grateful. When a highly intelligent person is struggling, depressed, isolated, or paralyzed by choice, society doesn't offer compassion, it offers confusion. You have everything going for you. What do you have to be unhappy about? This question is the villain of this story because it assumes that intelligence is a resource, like money. But intelligence isn't a tool, it's a lens. And a more powerful lens doesn't show you a more beautiful world. It shows you a more complex one. The school system made it worse. It told you that being the smart one was your identity. You learned to live in your head, to think your way out of everything. But nobody taught you what to do when the problem is the thinking itself. You weren't given emotional tools, you were given intellectual ones. Let's talk about what high intelligence actually is, neurologically. What differentiates highly intelligent brains isn't raw speed, it's connectivity. Studies show that more intelligent brains have significantly more active connections between regions that don't normally talk to each other. Your brain is not a faster computer, it's a noisier one. More inputs, more crosstalk, more pattern recognition happening simultaneously. The technical term is hyperconnectivity. And hyperconnectivity is both the source of your insight and the source of your suffering. Imagine the average brain is a city with well-designed roads. Traffic flows smoothly. Your brain is the same city after someone connected every single street to every other street simultaneously. You can get anywhere from anywhere, but the noise is constant. The traffic never fully stops. This is why small talk feels like torture. Your brain is running a dozen deeper conversations simultaneously. It's why you feel a stranger kind of loneliness. Not the loneliness of being alone, but the loneliness of being unreachable. Having an interior life so dense that finding someone who can access it feels improbable. Psychologist Kazimierz Dombrowski called this overexcitability. Highly gifted people don't just think more, they feel more, they perceive more. They are running at a higher intensity across every dimension. Living at higher amplitude in a world calibrated for average volume is measurably exhausting. This is why smart people are often the last to be happy. They can't unknow what they know. The blessing and the brutal irony of a mind that understands more is that it also suffers more precisely. Introspection in a hyper-connected mind eventually turns inward and starts dismantling its own foundations. Most people won't resonate with this. If you do, stay, subscribe. Stop treating your depth as a problem and start treating it as a terrain to be navigated. The hyperconnectivity is structural. It's not a habit you can break. So the work is not reduction. The work is orientation. Learning the landscape of your own mind so you don't get lost in it. The highly intelligent people who find peace don't dim themselves down. They find environments and relationships that can hold their full frequency. The question stops being, how do I fit, and becomes, where do I actually belong? You need people who are comfortable with complexity. Give your brain a legitimate container. The overthinking doesn't disappear, it goes underground. Channel it, write, build, create, research. Your brain generates more than it can hold. It needs an output channel, or it starts digesting itself. Understand that your suffering is not separate from your contribution. The same mind that keeps you awake with catastrophe scenarios is the one that sees solutions nobody else considered. The misery is the shadow of a very specific kind of light. Where there is deep shadow, there is a significant source of light. Your discomfort is not a malfunction. It is the natural consequence of caring deeply, seeing clearly, and feeling completely in a world built around doing none of those things. The happiness they promised you, simple and undisturbed, was never available to a mind like yours. You are not cursed. You are calibrated for something else. Not comfort, but meaning. Not ease, but depth. Aristotle called it eudaimonia, the flourishing of a life that is fully expressed. That doesn't come from turning your mind off. It comes from finally turning it toward the right things. Stop waiting to become a simpler version of yourself. Stop performing contentment in rooms where you feel like a transmission nobody is receiving. You were not built for the shallow end. The sooner you stop pretending you were, the sooner you find the life that can hold everything you are. If this felt less like a video and more like a mirror, leave a comment. You are not too much. The room was just too small.